Hey guys, John here, and thanks for joining me for this special user-submitted question. Now, every day on the John Campea Show, Monday through Friday, we take some live questions, but every once in a while, somebody sends in a tip that's like $50 or more, and I like to honor that when they do that by answering their question in the show, but then also answering it in its own standalone video, and that's what we're going to do right now. So let's get into it. And this one is sent in to us by John Paul Jones, who writes, why do studios hire some directors who have a successful indie to them immediately get a big budget project? Example, Colin Trevorrow, John Watts, Gareth Edwards, rather than someone who has done one before. All right, thanks a lot for sending in that question, man. And yeah, we have seen a number of directors over the past couple of years who have done something really great with an indie film that then get handed a bigger budget project. You see, to me, that's the natural progression of things. Show and prove that you can direct something live action, that you can actually direct a film, that you can actually tell a story. And then once you've proved you can do that, a studio may want to take a chance on you and give you a bigger budget thing. Another good example of that, of a guy who never directed anything large getting handed something really large, is the example of the Guardians of the Galaxy, when Kevin Feige came along and hired James Gunn to direct. Now, James Gunn had never done anything large. Like, the largest thing he had ever done was this little comedy horror called Slither. I think that was probably his biggest thing that he did. And by the way, guys, if you have not seen Slither, watch Slither. But I remember, and some of you may have heard me tell this story before, I was sitting down and talking with Kevin Feige, and I asked him directly, what was it about James Gunn, a guy who has never done a big budget kind of film like a Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be, what made you think about going with a guy like James Gunn? To which Kevin Feige said the following. He said, because telling a story is telling a story. A great storyteller is a great storyteller. Whether they're working on something that is low budget or whether they're working on something that is high budget. The only difference is the dollars involved. He has shown that he knows how to tell a story and tell it well. And that was the key thing. Now, quite often, movie studios will get some director who's also done a big budget project. But if they never went with somebody who has proven themselves with indie films, then we're never going to have new directors. And that's just kind of the main thing. So the reason you do it is because these guys have proven, these men and women have proven that they know how to tell a story, that they know how to sit in a director's chair, take a story with whatever budget there is, and tell a compelling story. And to somebody like Kevin Feige, that's the most important thing. If you know how to tell a story with a small budget, there's no reason to believe you can't tell a story with a bigger budget. And if you can't tell a story with a smaller budget, there's no reason to believe you can tell a story with a bigger one. So I believe not only is that the natural progression of things, it's kind of like sports in some ways to me. You know, in major sports league, you have minor leagues where people go and prove what they can do and they get brought up to the big leagues. I mean, that's just kind of how it's done. I believe that should be the natural, normal flow and progression of things. And that's why it's done. A good storyteller is a good storyteller, period. If they've already proven. Now, I get more concerned when they get somebody who's never directed anything, or they've never directed anything in live action. Like, they don't actually know or have no experience actually being on a physical set and actually having to work with live actors and actually being in charge of a movie project. That's when I get a little bit nervous. But I actually feel as a fan, I feel a great deal of confidence when they go out and get somebody who has done with a small budget and an unknown story and been able to direct that and make a compelling, memorable movie. If you can do that there, then you can do it with a higher budget. At least that's the theory at any rate. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think about that? Jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. While you're here, make sure you click the thumbs up button, subscribe to this YouTube channel. That'll do it for me for now, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. My name's John Campea, and until next time, bye-bye.